You're all welcome because um, when someone pays a visit to your house, your humble abode, you welcome them. So I welcome you all, um, friends, foe alike. There will be many foe in the chat today. Everyone's allowed to say what they want. Moderators, a pre-warning: please do not ban anyone. Don't block anyone. Everyone's allowed to laugh at Liverpool tonight if they want to, and I would as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cop and Post-Match Carnage. I have the lads from Cop and Fraka with me. Make sure you guys check them out, doing great stuff on the audio podcast side. I've got Fahi with me, I've got Mush with me, and I've got Big K with me as well. Big K has a cap on. I have taken mine off. It was supposed to be in honor of our incoming coach, Arnie Slot. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys. Liverpool today got terrorized by Everton. Absolutely terrorized at Goodison Park, ending any simmering title hopes that we may have had. Um, Liverpool Football Club the players put on the worst, most embarrassing performance ever in a Merseyside derby in Klopp's tenure for his last one, and we will try to speak on it. I will try to ask some form of questions. These brothers will try to speak on it. I wouldn't have a problem if we just sat here for 20 minutes in silence, guys. But guys, you're all here. We're here. Fahi, any simmering, glimmering, faintest title hopes absolutely smashed to bits tonight.
Yeah, 100%, bro. An absolute disgrace of a performance, an absolute disgrace of mentality, behavior, attitude, tactical nous. It was pitiful. It was pathetic. There's not one thing I can say about that game which bodes well for Liverpool Football Club right now. It was an absolute embarrassment. This isn't me being hyperbolic either. I think it's one of the biggest bottle jobs I have seen from our football club in my lifetime, in the sense of how important this past month was and what ended up happening. The fact that we've been able to end up where we are now after facing one of the worst Man United teams of all time, after facing Crystal Palace at home, a team that hadn't won away from home since November, after facing Atalanta, who were like 6th or 7th place in Serie A, and then facing Everton, who are fighting relegation right now. These are the teams that have completely messed up our season. And it's an absolute disgrace. And I'm sure everyone will talk about Darwin Nunez missing and all that kind of stuff. But just look at the performances we've seen in the past month. It's absolutely pathetic. And then you watch players like Trent crying at the end, putting his face hidden by the shirt. Bro, you need to look at your teammates. You need to speak to them, because what they've put across on that football pitch for the past month has been beyond pathetic. That's all I've got to say right now, man.
No, that's not all you got to say. You got to keep going because I don't really want to speak. Because if I speak, I might just get. I don't know what happens if you swear too much on a stream. I don't know. Maybe it just gets don't get published. I don't know. Whatever happens, I feel like swearing a lot today. I've got a foul tongue as it is, to be honest with you, and I've got a headache as well. Mush, that was embarrassing. We got bullied. Do you know what, Mush? Do you know what that was? Mush, do you remember we used to watch football? Oh, I'm saying we. I'm talking like you lot my age, but okay, even you guys will remember, right? Do you know midweek games, right? Old school, Everton away or Stoke away under the lights, the crowd's up for it, the tackles are flying in, the referee's letting tackles fly in, the referee's allowing it's a man's game, the referee's allowing a bit of push and shove. It was boys against men. They had every trick in the book. We fell for every trap of theirs. We were the most naivest, dumbest, shittest football team I've seen this season, especially in that opening 30 minutes, Mush.
Yeah. I mean, the examples you're giving are basically summarized as can you do it on a cold, wet night at Stoke on a Tuesday? And this was the equivalent. And the truth is we can't. The truth is we cannot. And so many of the things, I mean, Grizz, I've had the pleasure of speaking to you just 24 hours ago. And so many of the things that you're worried about unfolded. So many of the things we hoped might happen didn't happen. It was just the game unfolded. The story of the game was exactly what we did not want to see. We said create a base. We didn't do it. We said look after the ball, quieten the crowd down. We didn't do it. We said win your battles early on. We didn't do it. I have never seen since Virgil van Dijk joined this club, I have never seen a football team under the name of Liverpool lose so many balls in aerial set pieces. Like, I don't think we won a single header. Like, Everton either missed chances or they knocked it back. We did not win anything in the air. And we will go on to...
What did we win? What did Mush? I want to correct you. I'm sorry. What did we win on the floor?
Look, on the floor, it was pathetic because all I saw that whole game was McAllister just foul people because he was about 3 yards behind the play at the same time. It was, for me, it was a team that had less intensity against a team that had nothing to play for because Everton are staying up. So yeah, man. I mean, we'll go into it, but I'm just horrified at what that approach was. What that approach was to trying to win that game.
Big K's in the building. Big K, me and you, we laugh. We've been laughing for years together, exchanging banter, exchanging tweets. You're my go-to man when I need lifting. You're the most uplifting of Liverpool fans. Usually, you always see the positive. You always try to extract some good and look forward and look ahead. And think, no, there's something around the corner. We got something for something. What the fuck have we got tonight, Keith Cross? What the fuck have we got tonight?
I think we've got a situation that I hoped wouldn't be the case, but I think it is the case. Jurgen Klopp's been manager of Liverpool for 9 years. I think the best thing that he's done is say that he's leaving. It's time. It's over. I just don't see. I'm glad that he was able to go out of his own accord, because if he wasn't and this situation had happened, then there'd be serious question marks on whether he can still do it in high pressure situations. I don't think personally that he's picked the right teams the last few weeks. I don't think we've been suitably prepared the last few weeks. And quite frankly, we look like a team who, for all intents and purposes, didn't really know their job on the pitch tonight. These are his players. These are his choices. These are his decisions. And we've gotten to this part of the season. You could argue that, yeah, we're going to, we should get top four. But ultimately, there's enough players here that are just not good enough at this moment in time to play for Liverpool Football Club. Maybe in the future, maybe this, if you want a bit of positivity, then these high pressure situations is probably the first time many of these players have been in this situation before. But the scary thing is their character has shown that they can fold in high pressure situations. And that is a scary thought when you're playing for Liverpool Football Club, because you expect Liverpool, when we get to March, to be in these kind of situations where we need players to step up. We need players to be ready, to be fit, to be available, and to want to win, to really want to win, to be able to show that little bit of difference, that little bit of class to win a football match. And sadly, this new group of players that we've put together this season, may change next season, have failed. And Jurgen Klopp has ultimately failed. This isn't good enough as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry to say. I've said it before and I say it again. Liverpool getting dumped out of the Europa League in the quarterfinals is the biggest upset in European football. Simple. Liverpool limping out of the league in the way that we are is embarrassing, is bottling. And to be dumped out of the FA Cup in the way we were dumped out in the FA Cup was an embarrassment. So what I question then is at what point are we looking at the players and what point are we looking at the manager? For me, tonight is all on the manager. Poor team selection, poor setup, and ultimately we got exactly what we deserve.
Fahi segues into the super chat. First super chat of the night. Big up Shane, man. Generous super chat, man. Obviously, it's related to the selection and the lineup. And me and Mush picked the lineup yesterday, and I wish I don't even.
I mean, there are two players there, Grizz, that were in my lineup, if you recall.
So we'll start with the lineup. I'm not even gonna fucking bring it up. Do you know why? Because I don't even want to see their names on the screen. I don't want to read out their names on the screen tonight. Harvey and Kwanzaa should have started playing with Salah and Nunez. Is playing 9 versus 11. Why is Robbo playing as a forward? What offensive strategy do we work on? No one is safe in this summer. Buckle up, everyone. Fire sale is coming.
Agreed. 100% agree. I agree with everything Shane said.
Hold on to that one. Hold on to that one, and then I'm just going to quickly read them through. But we hold on to that thought because we're going to come back to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arsenal fans in the building. LFC better than AFC says Arsenal's back. How's that going, Uncle? It's not going well. It's not going well. You are a far better football team than us at the moment. And I've got no shame in saying that. And I've been bigging up Arsenal and I've been bigging up Arteta. Mika says, uncomfortable conversation need to be had about our gaffer. He gave up and players followed suit. Mr. Relationships FC, call in Khan. I will be there. Look forward to seeing you, speaking to you. His interviews the last month he follows it up with have been concession speeches. Make no mistakes that he carries much of the blame for what we've been seeing. I'm sick. Shane followed it up with another one. Also, if we keep conceding, the offense doesn't matter. It's time for Klopp. Love him, and I'm dejected. But players look devoid of any ideas what to do. We spoke about the selection, and Keith said, in his opinion, it's all on the manager today. Fahi, the lineup, he brings back the big guns.
And the big guns let him down, bro. The big guns let him down.
Who let him up?
They did.
Who let him up? No one let him up.
Well, that's the thing. So they all let him down then. If no one let him up, they all let him down. That is a fact. This is not a debate. You saw what you saw for 90 minutes. They let him down. Compare the performance.
Was he wrong to?
Yes, he was. Should I tell you? Compare the performance versus Fulham. Look at the boys that came in. Now, I understand for logistical reasons certain players couldn't play today. Jota's obviously injured. Gakpo with his personal issues. Cool. But look at Harvey Elliott and Gravenberch, right? Look at who was the other guy that played in midfield? No. Kwanzaa played in defense. Who played in midfield?
Elliott, Endo, and Gravenberch was the midfield against
Fulham, yeah? Fulham. Look at how they played. Look at how they ran after absolutely everything. Gave their all, took their time, didn't do the typical just hoof it forward. They managed the game as much as possible. Didn't let the emotions run the better of them or anything like that. And then compare what we saw today with the experienced big hitters. We say big hitters, they were the big shitters. And that's a fact. Look at what they did. Look at what Salah did today. I have been saying this for the past month. Look at Mohamed Salah and what he is doing on that football pitch. Look at what he does when the ball comes to his feet. He treats it like a golf ball. The first thing he wants to do is swing at the ball. There's no time to assess the situation. It's always he just needs to get rid of it. The ball comes to him outside of the box, inside of the box, a perfect opportunity to shoot. He'll never take a touch. He goes straight for the shot. No composure. They've lost all brain cells. Darwin Nunez has literally gone back.
Man.
Listen, no, and again, I just want to say one thing. We're all going to shake our heads about Darwin Nunez, but he was not the only problem today, right? 100%. But Darwin Nunez, so Darwin Nunez has literally gone back to the start of his LFC career. It's like he's time traveled back to 2022, September time. And we're seeing that version of Darwin Nunez again. What we saw today, the man was slipping about. He couldn't control a ball. He would get a shot on and he wouldn't even try and angle or place the shot. He was just letting go of it. He was making the wrong runs yet again. It's literally a body transformation of what we saw in bloody October, November, and February time this year. It's absolutely pathetic. You then look at Alexis McAllister. Another one, that was praised to high heavens in the month of March. Oh, this is the guy. This is the McAllister we've been looking for. Now Endo is back. McAllister's able to do his thing. What have you seen from Alexis McAllister for the past 5 games? Can anyone tell me? You've not seen anything good from him. He's been 2 yards off the ball, off pace. He's missing tackles. He's getting tackled constantly. He's never able to get a pass away. It's shocking. Like, I can't defend anything that I saw today or any of those players.
Mush,
Yeah.
let's get into the game. Or if you remember anything of it.
I remember a lot of it, man.
You know, the first 20 minutes, I couldn't believe my eyes, my brother Mush. I could not believe my eyes what I was seeing. Jurgen Klopp's interview before the game, don't know if you guys watched it. The interview before the game, they said, what needs to be done at Everton? What do you know about derbies? He said, we have to win every challenge. We have to fight and run like we've never run before. We have to play with our head. He said all the mother right things, Mush. He said every single thing that me, you, Big K, Fahi, we would have said. Don't give silly challenges away. They have got a big fuck off team. Play with your head. Quieten the crowd. Make your possession count. Kill them with the passing. Keep the ball away from them. Don't give the ball away in easy transition. Mush, the game kicks off and they do everything the opposite of that. How?
I mean, I cannot believe something as simple as playing up to a target man who took 24 games to score a goal, playing it into just channels in behind fullbacks, literally stuff that you tell a Sunday league team to do. Like I don't understand how we didn't know how to protect that, how to mitigate for that. And the way we moved the ball, oh my goodness me. I mean, one thing I'm sure all 3 of you will agree with is even in the second half.
Was that the slowest motion of slow motion?
Not just that. Apart from Luis Diaz, when he got past people,
only Luis Diaz. I know Mush. I know why he said no one.
No, fair Diaz. Yeah, Diaz. I agree.
As I tweeted, only Diaz is allowed to get on the coach and the bus driver.
I agree.
Listen, apart from Diaz getting past people, we played in front of Everton today. The whole game. We were wrapped around. We either crossed it, we tried to clip it from deep. We never played in between them. We had no ideas. And the worst bit was, Grizz, what's angering me even more is that even though we played so fucking shit, was Trent Alexander-Arnold put 2 to 3 chances on a plate. And I know people are going to say, why? I know people are going to think, why are you going straight onto the attackers? But that's because when you are away from home, a goal changes the momentum of a game. It changes the crowd. It changes the opposition's belief in pressing. We did not, and all season, we have not taken the opportunity to wrestle control of football matches. Instead, what we do is we go behind and we're using double the psychological load just to have a respectable result. No one can tell me. I asked a simple question, which was when Darwin Nunez, smashed it at Pickford, I asked a simple question. Was that the action of a professional footballer? Genuine. I'm not even.
No, it's not. It was the action. It was the action of what most man would do at goals.
Yeah, big facts, bro.
Yeah. How many times have you played in goals and you see how many chances man have in an hour?
Not just that, Keith. The guy who smashes it at the keeper is, the fullback you bring because he's your boy, but he's shit at football, but he's found himself up top.
No, but you know why we do that? But shall I tell you why we do that in goals? Shall I tell you why we do that in goals? Because we never have a keeper. It's one of us in goal. So we know it's going to go in. And then we say, oh, you see that finish? Oh, I smashed it in. I lashed in. Because it's one of us in goal. Because we take turns in goal, right?
Yeah.
People, exactly. There's no one in goal. People, let me just lash it.
100%.
Something.
I have to disagree. This is what I'm saying. I disagree with Nick because
so read out the
Trent Alexander-Arnold put a few passes on a plate. Within 15 minutes, he clipped the ball over to Mohamed Salah, which Mohamed Salah played the right ball across as well, no doubt, and it got cleared. I thought, right, Trent's radar is working. Grizz, there was one, I'm sure, knowing the few shows I've done with Keith, he's probably screaming at his TV. There was one where Trent, right, caught the whole Everton defense off guard and wrapped it into Darwin. Darwin went from being facing the goal one-on-one with the keeper to being back to goal, protecting the ball.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Fucked it completely. Absolutely fucked it. Absolutely.
How did that moment end up being Mohamed Salah taking 2 shots at goal? How did that moment end up being Mohamed Salah who's having efforts on goal? I can't talk. You guys can just talk. There's even more Darwin madness to talk about, but it is insanity.
Nick says, I mean, what he was responding to, Nick says we have to look at Trent. Really, Nick? Really? After everything that we saw on that pitch today for 96 minutes, you really want to look at Trent? But fair play. Look, you send a super chat, so we respect it. Keep spamming crosses and isn't even jumping to challenge DC on the back post. Embarrassing. And that decorator.
But do you know why he's spamming crosses? Because there's no other there's no actual tactical plan. Klopp hasn't set them up to do anything else.
Is there a run? Is there a run for you? Is anyone making a third man run? Is anyone trying to
Nothing.
move the defender away? I was watching that second half, and the funniest bit was they were talking about comeback. I was laughing from minute 60. I was like, every minute that is passing, we are looking less like scoring.
Is anyone even wanting to receive the ball when Trent actually gets it? That's the other question. Why do you think he's having to flip and spam it? No one's making themselves open to do anything else.
Guys, everyone, welcome Richard. He's been my only Everton subscriber and follower for years. He always comes in and has a horrible time, and everyone goes in. Today he says evening goal. Well in, Rich.
Congratulations.
No one abuse him. No one say anything to him.
Well done.
He's allowed to come in and have fun today with all of you. Because all of you with me have to hold that. It's not only going to be us lot, it's all of us have to hold that together. Keith, I want to speak about the opening goal because I'm laughing, guys, because it was hilarious. It was hilarious from the foul. Apparently, look, fuck the referee.
Yeah.
I'm not here to talk about the referee. I don't give a shit about the decisions, how lenient he was with them acting, getting every foul. They done what every smart tactical team does. You have to do what you got to do. When you're playing the mighty Liverpool and your relegation fodder, you have to play every trick in the book. And they done it, fair play. Sean Dyche out, what's the word? Out tacticked, outsmarted Klopp in every way. That opening goal, the same routine, Keith, you're on mute. The same routine. Back far post, keep the ball alive. Either get the flick on at the near post or back far post. Get all your centre backs overloading Trent or Robertson on either side. Isolate Virgil. Make sure he doesn't get a run on any of the ball. It was the most basic Sunday League tactics I could tell you. Yet time and time again in that opening 20-30 minutes, I was shitting myself. It was like what days was it, guys? When every corner and a cross was like penalty.
It was the Sacco and Lovren days where we conceded from every second.
Yes, sir.
And the funniest bit is, Grizz, is it's not like they had you know how some teams have so much variety in how they take set.
I just told you the variety.
Bro, they just clipped it back post. We had no plan. It was just Branthwaite or Tarkovsky could choose who fancies winning it this time, guys. And then that was it. Then it was a scramble. Oh my goodness!
But for me, where does the confidence come from? I think there's the most important point to aspect, because as you just eloquently described the goal, I think that goal is a result of confidence which grew into the chance that created the goal. So for me, what really disappointed me, and that's why, and I know my mate, big up Mo, he's listening, he disagrees with me, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree. It all starts with how we started the game. So for me, when we played Fulham, we played the game. Yeah, I saw even a few people on Twitter were complaining because it was a bit slow, it was a bit tempestuous. We were going back to Alisson, going back to Van Dijk, going back to Konza, but we were calm, right? We chose our moments, we picked our battles. The minute we started this game, we were so aggressive with the ball that we kept giving it back to Everton at any moment that we could. Every pass was trying to find a forward pass. Every pass was being intercepted. Every
Keith,
pass.
Keith, how many times were there those forced failed switches that we tried again and again and again?
A million times. But and one of the things which drove me insane about it was the fact that Khanage had his ass once again handed to him. And if you watch back my YouTube with Grizz at this time, you probably think I have a massive agenda against him. But Khanage is the third choice Liverpool centre-back as it currently stands. And I would cash in on him in the summer. The man is bereft of form. He got absolutely dominated by Dominic Calvert-Lewin for every single 50-50 challenge, header. He couldn't put a tackle in. He was getting run ragged. He sticks his leg out for God knows what reason it is for the goal itself. Absolutely lazy. That deflection that comes off his leg, there was no reason for him to put his leg out at all. It was lazy because he's not switched on. He's not sharp. And quite frankly, he is a shadow of his former self. And the reason why Everton felt so confident in winning those aerial balls and those second balls when it came to that corner was because for the first 10 minutes of that game, he was getting absolutely ragged. And it blows my mind, right? Absolutely blows my mind why Klopp decided to choose him over Gerald Konsa. Gerald Konsa might not be the best in the air, but you know what he was doing when he came on in that second half? He was making sure that he had the situation around him dealt with a bit better. He didn't go for every 50-50. At times, he would put crunching tackles in. He would make sure that he's going to win his ground duels, right? Because that's the guy that he is, and that's why he should be starting every game. But for me, at this moment in time, that left-hand side was getting absolutely peppered, and as a result, it creates a situation, knocks off on Khanage, and obviously drops down. Alisson goes under him somehow, and it's a typical goal that we've conceded time and time again. But like I said, it was the way that we managed that game to begin with. We looked like a team that was chasing from 1-0 down when it was 0-0. And when you do that against Everton, against any team, against any Premier League team, when you do not have the confidence, because we don't. Look at Arsenal, for example. Arsenal, they don't just lash it up there. They don't just force the ball. They make sure that and that's what we used to do. We used to be patient with it. And we did it against Fulham. This is what drives me insane. We did that against Fulham. But the team that we chose and the game plan that we put into the first half in particular was a team that was way too attacking, with too many players that are completely and horrifically out of form.
Horrifically.
Their heads are not in the game. They're not sharp enough. And that goal is a result of that.
And you know the other thing I want to add? I want to add something really quickly, Keith. It felt as if the boys were playing like absolute amateurs in the sense of that Arsenal game yesterday and what they witnessed yesterday impacted their approach to this game, where they're like, you know what, these guys went and showed Chelsea a game. We need to do the absolute same and match them goal for goal, attack for attack here. And that's the approach I saw in the first 5-10 minutes. And it's like, no, guys, that is not the approach you take at Goodison Park. You've done this game before. You've seen what it's like in a Merseyside derby. Chelsea were a completely different kettle of fish yesterday to Arsenal. This is not the same game. You do not need to match what Arsenal are doing in that sense. You just need to use your heads. And they did not use their heads at all. Like you said, they were just going after absolutely everything, gung-ho, for no reason.
And can I say one thing to add to that? Trent Alexander-Arnold, please, for the love of God, stop giving fucking interviews. Right, please, I beg you, stop talking. Yeah, because everything that he said in that interview when it came to, Arsenal lost the game because Liverpool lost and blah, 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 came back to haunt him tonight, because that's exactly what happened to us.
Mush, are you there?
I'm there. I'm
okay,
here,
your
man.
Wi-Fi's your camera's a bit buggy, but we can hear you anyway. That's the main thing. Yeah.
No, I'm around.
Okay. We still didn't discuss the goal. We just went round and we did like what was that? Like what happens, guys? Like Khanage, I think someone's about to clear the ball, but Khanage. Shall we do player ratings today? No, it's not even worth it, is it? No,
it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Well, I'm gonna give. I don't think I've ever given anyone below 2. I think Joe Gomez in the Napoli game. Remember when we got smashed? I think he got 2.
Yeah.
I think Konate, I'm giving 1 to Konate today. Fahi, that opening goal, he was shook by Calvert-Lewin, beat him up, bullied him. He had no composure on the ball. He had no communication in a penalty box. He just lashes at a ball. It falls. They deservedly took the lead. We knew it was going to be a long night straight away, right?
100%.
This is it. Conroy smashed it. It was Benny Hill. If they had Benny Hill music in the background, so apt.
And you know what else was Benny Hill? Us defending every set piece. That was Benny Hill. Like, brother, every set piece. How did they get their head on the ball first every single time? And they didn't even switch up what they were doing. They did the same thing, far post, every single time. Did we learn from it? Just once. Just once in 90 minutes did we learn from what they were doing. Absolutely not. We allowed them to do the exact same routine over and over again. And over again, they'll win the ball. They'll either head it back so someone else can head onto the ball, or they'll take a header themselves. It was just, I can't actually, like, I'm just trying to understand. On Monday, when they went into La Aqsa and they're preparing for this game, did they even think about set pieces? Did they even think about how to defend set pieces? Because that just seemed as if it was a second string team playing in the Carabao Cup, bodies in a box. No plan to work out how to mark DCL. No plan to work out how to deal with Braithwaite and all the other guys. Everton are so good at set pieces. We knew that's one way they're going to hurt
Everton
us.
No, one way. Fahi, not one way. Everton are only good at set pieces. Everton will only hurt us on set pieces. That is, the stat was they won the most headers in the Premier League. What they won most? Headers. Not fucking games of football. They have hardly won any games of football. They've hardly put any goal, goal of the month fucking competition nominations through. What they do is Jack Harrison cuts inside, puts crosses in, Decore, Onana, Calvert-Lewin, or Beto get on the end of them. Same thing on the other side. What McNeil does is swings the ball out, and Harrison swings the ball in. And they get 3 6-footers in the box. And then they play for throw-ins, and then they play for set pieces. Sean Dyche ball. Sean Dyche ball is what we're going to remember for Klopp's last Merseyside derby.
I think what we're going to remember most is our inability to respond to it, right? That thing you're saying about Jack Harrison, that happened at about minute 4. He came inside, crossed the ball in early. That was the one where Decore side-footed it just wide, if you remember as well. So it was just, don't know, man. What's probably been the most worrying thing about this game is that Everton just looked like, yes, they're going to win every battle. On top of that, they looked like they were going to break on us again and again and again. It was just
every trap they set for us. Every trap they set for us, we fell in.
The bait for everything. And the other thing that was mentioned on set pieces, I don't want to just focus on that, but the other thing I noticed today was Virgil van Dijk was screaming at people for where to stand. I remember in the second half, he was telling Nunez to move up 3 yards. He was literally, I saw him visually mouthing Ibu constantly. And Liverpool don't normally have that much of a panic organising themselves for a set piece. But Everton and Sean Dyche completely derailed Jurgen Klopp's ability to control that game based on set pieces, man.
Mush, maybe try coming in and out because your reception's a bit, your Wi-Fi is a bit slow, bugged. So just try coming in and out again, maybe. None of your businesses. We got outplayed, outmuscled, outthought. We deserve nothing from that game. We made them, similar to Atlanta, look like a world-class team. Second half, only Diaz showed any passion. He did. He's the only one showed up any passion whatsoever. We have chances, Keith. They score, they take the lead. They have a fucking, we didn't even talk about the offside, narrow offside, where it would have been crazy. Because if that's a penalty, I don't know, because I can't be bothered to look back at It doesn't matter because they beat us anyway. But if that was a penalty and if that wasn't offside, Alisson would have been. That should have been a red card. Really, we would have been baying for a red card if it was us. But we didn't learn from that. We concede. We still keep giving the ball away. We keep falling for their traps. But after minute 35, 40 almost, just that last 10 minutes, because 6 minutes of added time, we create 3 motherfucking chances still. Nunez clean through what we talked about. Mohamed Salah, 2 chances to hit the ball. We normally strokes in the back of the net. Luis Diaz with a lovely little bit, the only decent move that we put together. What is going on?
Yeah, so I like, for me, when it comes to and I know we've touched on him already, but with Mohamed Salah, I think we are seeing the end of Mohamed Salah. I think it's plain to see. I think it's been an incredible run, an incredible journey. But when you look at the valuation that's going to come in for him again in the summer, I see a dejected player who looks like half of his head's already out, and he's ever since he's come back. So he must have been having conversations when he was injured and away from the club for a while, because ever since he's come back, he's been a shadow of his former self. He can't hit the ball to save his life. Okay, the occasional pass here and there, like completely out wide, never involved in any of the play. The ball doesn't stick to his foot for more than 5 seconds. He can't control the ball to save his life. And it showed even in the chances that were created. And the biggest irony of me saying all that about Mohamed Salah is the fact that it's still he was able to make probably arguably 2 of the biggest chances of the game, which leads me to my next guy who I wanted to have a bit of a piece of, which is Darwin Nunez. Is it time to? I mean, yeah. Go on. The Darwin Nunez Express, right? We've been through the chaos. We've been through the all of that when it comes to him, and the arguments that you could suggest that we are overreacting right now is because ultimately you could say he's been involved in 30 goals this season. He's still a young striker, but I just do not see a striker that is good enough to play for a team that is trying to win the Champions League, trying to win the Premier League, trying to win big trophies, because he has zero composure. A striker like him plays for a mid-table club, and what I mean by that is mid-table clubs stay in the Premier League, right? When they have form, right? They have that spell. That mid-table club will have the spell, and he'll be the one scoring all the goals, and they'll collect their points, and then he'll dive off for like 10, 15 games, and then they'll come back. He'll have another bit of form. That's why they're mid-table, right? If that's the kind of form that Darwin, if that's the kind of cycles, and this is now the second season.
Hold on. Why is it nonsense? He's 25.
25.
Look how nonsensical you're sounding, Keelan. I hope that's
25.
Name, right? He's 25 years old. He's not a 19-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, 23-year-old, 24-year-old. He's 25-year-old.
Correct.
Playing at one of the biggest clubs in the world.
100%. And you know what the saddest bit? So I just literally went back and just watched the Sky Sports highlights, and he has, before we concede, that the biggest chance, one of the biggest chances of the game. And here's why. Mo Salah gets the ball, cuts it back, it's the perfect cut-off spot. Literally, he plays the ball into that box, into the 6-yard box. And Darwin Nunez is too slow to react, and the defender gets there before he does. Now, a world-class striker is tapping that in the goal, and it's 1-0, and all of a sudden the game changes. He fails at that. We go 1-0 down. He then gets a chance, and all he has to do is slot the ball to the left and bottom left-hand corner, and it's 1-1, and we're back in the game, and it's gonna and it's happening. He has only scored, I believe, the only goal that I remember him scoring recently was the one where he pressed the Sheffield United goalkeeper and it luckily bounced off him. That is the last time I can remember Darwin Nunez scoring a goal. So I believe personally that, when the new manager comes in, he has a big decision to make, because Darwin Nunez cannot afford to be the second choice because he's very valuable, right? And there's a lot of big clubs that will still want to pick him up. And I just don't think he has the composure, and I don't think he has the coolness, calmness, and I don't think that he's reliable enough to be a number 9 for a club like Liverpool at this stage. And I think tonight was the biggest show of that. Diogo Jota goes through on goal against Fulham. One chance that he went through on goal, one chance, one goal. That is the difference. And Diogo Jota is not even our first choice striker. So if you can't do that, then I question whether you should be playing for Liverpool Football Club at all. I think that was the worst. And you know what the worst thing is about Darwin Nunez? And he does this a lot. He'll have this spurt, right, where he'll have these big chances, he'll lash at them, he'll hit the play, whatever. And then he'll have the second half that he has where he was absolutely anonymous. He was a ghost. He was involved in nothing. He didn't touch the ball. He didn't make
touch the ball.
Not touch the ball at all.
Wallahi, I didn't know he was on the pitch. I thought he was one of the substitutes. I thought he got substituted off. For the last half an hour, I didn't know Darwin Nunez was on the pitch. Andrew Maximus, which says, you try to defend him as much as you can. Boy, really let you down, Mr. Chris. I defended him because I'm a Liverpool supporter. So anyone who dons the shirt, you try to support them. I wasn't a fan of his. I made that very clear, abundantly clear. And I got lashed for it. Oh my God, how, man? Look at his XG. Look at his underlying numbers. I said he's a fucking ugly footballer. But I'm going to support him. And in the hope that he comes good and the potential comes through, I still think he'll be effective. Those were my words. So I defended him in terms of though he will be effective. But I ultimately did say on the Big Six, I said it on my channel, and I said it on 90 Minutes. I said, if he ends up costing us, if he becomes detrimental to the team, I will be the first one to say, yeah, time's up. When that will be next season, not this season. I will give him the end of, what was it? When did he join us, guys? Was it?
Not last season before.
So we had a bit of him the season before, and then we have all this season. Next season, it's time to make a decision. In the summer. I don't know how the new manager is going to look at it, Mush.
Yeah.
How are you looking at it? I think I know.
Get rid of him, man.
Mush, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah. I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, I think that the big thing here is, I talked about this in some recent Copen pods, which is, guys, we need a few things. What Keith was talking about guaranteed quality and things like that. There needs to be certain players who we can trust to take the chances we create. Are you a good team because you create chances, or are you a good team because you take your chances? I think you're only a good team when those chances actually go in. I think teams are no longer afraid of the quantity of chances that Liverpool create.
Great
because
point.
they don't think they're going to be taken. That's
Great
what I
point.
genuinely.
Mush, can you try audio only? That might work.
Yeah.
Try audio
Or join
only.
from your phone.
Join from
or
your
join
phone
from
or
your
try
phone.
audio only, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're bugging out. I think he makes a fantastic point, Fahy. I think Mush, unfortunately, we couldn't hear that. Hopefully he'll come back. I think what he means by that is teams are because when you miss chances, what does that do? Inadvertently gives the other team more and more.
Yeah,
hope.
of course.
And what is it all? And it also inadvertently puts pressure on your own defense. We made mistake after mistake. I think we're forgetting the midfield though, Fahy. I think we're letting off the midfield too easily.
Oh, I mentioned them, but yeah, let's speak about the midfield. I already spoke about McAllister. Let's talk about
the other two are anonymous fuckers.
Well, Dominic Sfolazzi, okay? This geezer, listen, he's an absolute shocker of a midfielder right now. I've not seen a good performance from him since January 2024. It's 4 months further in, and he doesn't seem to be improving. Instead, he's regressing even further. He made one good run in the first half where he dilly-dallied into the box, and then he messed up what he had to do with the ball. Like, his end product is so poor. It's beyond belief. He chooses the wrong time to shoot. He chooses the wrong time to lay it off. He's never able to pass it square enough to Trent so Trent can cross it in. He never gives a good one. He never gives a good enough 1-2. He's not even able to track back anymore. What is the point of him playing right now? It's like him. This version of Sfolazzi and Gravenberch have body swapped. This was what Gravenberch was doing. And now he's doing it. And there's no excuse for it. What's the excuse? The guy has had time to come back off his injury and, you know, ease his way. Like, Klopp didn't shove him straight into the first 11.
100%.
He gave him plenty of time. This is just shocking performances. Shocker after shocker after shocker. And then you get into Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, look, I really, really rate the kid. I'm so high on Curtis Jones, but what I've seen since he's been back off injury, I've been super disappointed. It's not even 40% worth of what he was doing previously. That's how poor he has been. And I really, really thought by him coming back, it would shore up the midfield and it'd be perfect for the title run in for the last 8 to 10 games. But bro, he's made it worse.
Guys, do we think we're at a simple enough place? Sorry, by the way, to our listeners who probably see me drifting in and out. Are we in a simple place of saying we don't have enough players playing well to win football matches?
But this is a point I want to make to all of you, and even in the comments. Why is it at Liverpool Football Club that when a few players start playing badly, no one can take it by the horns and drag them through? Why is it that when a few of our star players start playing shit, they all start playing shit?
Do you know what?
Why does this?
Do you know what it used to be? It used to be Sadio Mane. It used to be Sadio Mane that used to just take the game by the scruff of the neck and turn it for us every single time. The Lionheart himself and Mohamed Salah. I'm not suddenly, and none of us are people. Before people start saying, "Oh my God, have you just forgotten the legacy of Mohamed Salah?" Of course not. We watch football. We understand football. Well, these lot do anyway. I maybe don't. But Mohamed Salah, we haven't forgotten. He's the king. He's been the king. But sometimes you have to see it before it ruins him and it ruins the club. Moshi was making some fantastic points. I want to get back to your points if you remember them. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah, no. I
want to get back to them. Just want to read a couple of super chats out before we get back to you, because much clearer now. We can see you now. What are we saying about top four? I don't see us picking up another point.
Come on, Dylan.
Dylan. Guys,
he's got a point. He's got a point. You think he's joking?
No,
you have confidence that we're going to play on Saturday lunchtime? We're going to be okay?
No.
Do you have confidence that Spurs are going to come to our ground in a week and a half's time and we're going to be okay?
No, you're right.
Do you have confidence that we're going to go to Villa Park 4 days later and we're going to be okay?
But he's got a point. Dylan's got a point. They've got points.
It's all valid.
Mr. Wilson says, have you noticed Nunez never scores with his first chance?
I always talk about this. I always say, what have I been saying throughout? Goals change the momentum and story of games. We have a load of attackers who never want to grab control of football matches. You score first, it stops the opposition, it stops the players, it stops the crowd, it stops everything. What do? You know when you watch like a movie, yeah, and it's got amazing action scenes. The action scenes are good because of how much novelty there is. And then you watch something stupid like Fast and Furious, yeah, where every moment is an action scene. That's what our movie is like every week. It's Fast and Furious 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever version they're on. I don't know you guys, but I am bored of constant drama and excitement. I would rather enjoy it when it happens once in a while.
Yeah, but one thing I've mentioned much time and again is that, and I've warned on this channel for a while, is that we are the great entertainers, and nobody ever wants to be the great.
That's always stuck with me since you said it. Do you know that?
I'm glad it did, honestly, bro. Because honestly, like this reminds me of Kevin Keegan's Newcastle back in the day. To be perfectly honest with you, every game, like I mean, for the broadcasters watching in Liverpool, like having Liverpool, I'm surprised they don't play Liverpool every bloody week. Because I mean, if you want views, if you want engagement, if you want entertainment, then watching Liverpool Football Club this season has definitely given you that. But as fans of the club, you want to be as boring and as like meticulous and as
Are we
rigorous.
really that entertaining, guys? Are we really
It
that
is.
entertaining?
Of course it is, because Liverpool concede after 6 minutes and then they're chasing a football match.
In terms of the game entertaining.
The game themselves are brilliant.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, the game.
There's always a goal in the first 10 minutes, Grizz. It's not Liverpool scoring, but it's entertaining, isn't it?
Even the Sheffield United game was entertaining. Even the Sheffield United game was entertaining, right? That's what I'm saying. Like we are that. And just going back to one point, right, is that with Liverpool and the way like people are talking now, and it's like, no, but you're going to see it on Twitter over the coming days and weeks. You can't say that about Salah. Look at everything that Salah's done for us. Look at what listen. This isn't a conversation about legacy. Yeah, we can have the legacy chats in the summer, right? We can praise, we can celebrate, we can give Klopp the send off he wants, right? But a little club of this stature cannot be losing against Atalanta, Crystal Palace, and Everton, and consider that to be but Jurgen Klopp won the Premier League and he won the Champions League. Yeah, of course he did. But this is the team that's going to have to be taken forward moving forward. And the manager who's going to come in, I hope, is looking at this and thinking to himself, this is the perfect, if anything, this is almost the perfect job interview for the players, for the manager to have with the players right now. What he's seeing right now is going to determine the next manager's choices and who he's going to rely on going into the new season. Because to capitulate in March in the way that we have done suggests to me that there are a number of players that it's time. It is time, because you can't go into March next time in the same situation and have the same scenario take place. It's just not.
Guys, have we had a proper Salah chat yet?
What's this chat about?
What is it? I was going to say.
For me,
Fahid kind of addressed it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but what?
I think what we need to what Fahy has been talking about, and what needs to be put out into the mainstream, is that Father Time, A, catches up with everyone, and B, what we also need to remember is that Liverpool Football Club are more important than us standing Salah when there's Hazard debates and stuff like that. Like right now, Kevin De Bruyne is getting dragged off during Man City games. Kevin De Bruyne is not starting for Man City in big games. Are you telling me Mohamed Salah is above that? He is not. And not only that, Mohamed Salah is not doing anything with a football. He is not involved in a football match. I saw all of us complain about Nunez not being involved in the second half. But Gary Neville made a great point that 38-year-old Ashley Young came on at left back. Mohamed Salah did not threaten him once, whether it's with his movement, whether it's dribbling, whether it's with a pass. And a volley in minute 94 that finally goes on target is not going to be classified as he did something. He did not. We need to be real about the fact that Harvey Elliott came on. Yeah, Harvey Elliott came on. He kept asking for it. He dropped deep. He tried to clip balls over the top. He was looking after it, whatever. He was trying his best. As the game got more and more desperate, did Mohamed Salah's level of performance rise?
No. He hid. Like a lot of them.
No, Nunez hid.
Salah Salah
What's the difference between what Salah did and what Nunez did? What's the difference between the two?
No, Nunez hid. Nunez hid. He was not on the pitch. He was not on the pitch. Salah was crap. They were all crap, man. Who? Curtis Jones hid. Curtis Jones, a local lad, should have known.
Yeah, you're right. He did. He hid.
Someone said, I want to ask you about this, guys. There was oh shit, it's gone now. Guys, there's over 1,000 of you. I can't keep up with the comments.
Whilst you're looking for stuff, can I have some random rants as well, please, about random shit? Example, yeah? Guys, in the past 5 years, you know the shot that Andrew Robertson drags across goal once a game? For a man who can't score, listen. For a man who can't score the same fucking chance every week, to try an over-the-shoulder, outside of the foot fucking volley when you can't score the flipping ball that's on the ground. Who do you think you are, bro? Honestly, and there was another one where Diaz put him in. Wait, Riz, Diaz put him in to cross it. My guy kicked it straight out for a goal kick.
No, there was one, he kicked his own foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He kicked it against his own foot out for a goal kick. The thing is with Robertson, in the first half, at least he was constantly available, right? There was one where Szoboszlai threaded it through to him. He just needed a good ball across the box. My guy hit it into the moon. God knows why. I'm just, at least Robertson recovered athletically, but right now there's no quality with the ball. I'm watching the likes of an Anthony Robertson or an Ait Nouri at Wolves. The amount of value add they are giving every time they receive the ball at their clubs is unbelievable. And that little link up between Jones and Robertson, every time they passed two passes between each other, I don't know if you guys spotted it, but James Garner and Harrison were laughing at the number of times they just intercepted and broke again and again and again and again. Jesus Christ, man.
A couple of super chats before we get Keith and Fahid to speak on their favorite rants. That's what I want you guys to do now. Because he's talking about Robertson and those fucking laybacks, or whatever you want to call them, which like crosses, laybacks, pullbacks, or lack of. Like they were embarrassing and amateurish. He done all the hard work every single time. Not once do we feel like Robertson is going to put it into the dangerous mixer or he's going to hit a shot on target. Not once. I've got zero faith in him. KM, You Never Walk Alone says, in my opinion, you haven't addressed the elephant in the room. Heavy metal football at the business end of the season is unreliable versus Pep Arteta ball. It drains us. Anybody want to take that?
I will take this because I get it. I get what they're trying to say, but again, where I think the heavy metal football kind of gets a bit shrouded is the counter press is only useful against teams that are willing to play football against us, right? So the idea of the heavy metal football has always been high pressing, win the ball back as high up the pitch as possible. Trent even alluded to the idea that we should lose the ball. Almost losing the ball in the opposition half is actually good for us because then we can win the ball back straight away, right? So that's the idea of heavy metal football. In games against Crystal Palace, in games against Everton, heavy metal football goes out the window.
Because they go back to front, right?
Sorry?
Because they go back to front.
Of course, exactly. Like Everton, for the vast majority of this game, literally had 11 men behind the halfway line, right? Which is understandable because Liverpool are so open to being countered. My issue and rant comes back to the same thing that I spoke at the beginning of this thing. We played the moment, not the game, right? We didn't. It's similar to Manchester United, right? We were so aggressive with the ball. We were so direct with the ball, right? But against Fulham, we were not. We were patient, right? And patience, Liverpool, you don't have to be a Xabi Alonso team. You don't have to be an Arteta team to be patient with the ball. Yes. Okay, so for example, in a situation where Darwin Nunez wins the ball back from the centre back, right? So we say, for example, we're 15 yards into their half. They have the ball. We win the ball back. Now, the difference between Arteta and us is that we will literally try and play one ball, or we will try and be like boom, boom, goal, right? Whereas the Arteta ball and all that kind of stuff, they'll all try and take the ball, recycle it, move it around, move the opposition about, and keep the ball in the defensive own half as much as possible. Today, we were playing direct as quickly and as aggressively as possible from our own half. So it wasn't a case of us winning the ball back quickly from the Everton's half. We were playing it from our own half. And then when the moments came that we were trying to counter press in the midfield, again, sharpness, timing of the tackles. Like there was one situation, McNeil must have driven past McAllister, Robertson, and Curtis Jones at one stage, right? Everton were able to keep the ball because our counter pressing was so poor in the few moments that we had the opportunity to counter press. So there we go. So counter press has gone out the window because we're not doing it properly in the few moments that we do get to. But most importantly, it's our mentality. When we did have the ball, we had zero patience because we succumbed to pressure. We succumbed to the moment, we succumbed to pressure, and we played the moment, we played the occasion and not the game. And that for me has been one of the most surprising developments in this Jurgen Klopp team over the past few months. But you know what? The saddest reality of the situation is when you're playing the occasion and not the thing, the number one thing you must is score the goal that gets given to you, the opportunity that gets given to you to change the tide of that game. You don't take that goal, you rush, eventually you're going to get found out. And that Liverpool team gets found out time and again when those situations come to play. So could it be a tactics thing, a Jurgen Klopp team? Yes, maybe so. But then again, you have to ask the question why Darwin Nunez didn't put us 1-0 up after 5 minutes.
Hussam Chatila says Salah has had his first single major injury and lacking match sharpness. Nunez is shattered. He did his bit while our players were injured. Both of them could be true. But none of the points that we've made are false either. Do you get it?
Does it change the fact that he's playing badly? Yeah. That's the truth.
Yeah. No, but that was also true, right?
Yeah,
what Hussam is saying is true.
Regardless of the context, he's playing badly, right? Like that's the ultimate truth of it.
Very badly. And Nunez is lacking sharpness. He is shattered. Some would say he done. I just want to get stuck on Nunez, but very quickly, some would say he's done stupid running. Why are you running around doing fuck all then? Maybe save your energy, pace you off throughout the season. Like, this is where game intelligence plays a massive part, which I think he has zero of. And if the new coach is a footballing tactical coach who believes in smart, clever players, Nunez is in trouble then. Nunez is in trouble. Amir says, thank you, Klopp. The end of great years winning it all. Unfortunate way to end it. Need to secure top 4 and start a brand new chapter this summer. And then we've got a few Arsenal fans. Grizz, do Arsenal have a chance or is over? You absolutely do. You're still, in my opinion, playing the best football in the country, possibly Europe. I know you got knocked out of Bayern, but that's because you just froze on the big stage. But in terms of the Premier League, yes. I swear I'm done with these players, Vish says. From back to front, Konate, Robbo, Szoboszlai, Jones, Salah, Nunez. Me and Mush promised you guys, we will summon every squad player back into court, but at the end of the season. We will. We need Odegaard. I'd take Coop Miners in the summer. Look, we're going to get loads of names. We need this, we need that, we need this. Fahi, what do we need right now? Because I don't know what to.
We need a fucking tactical plan, bro. We need some patterns of play, bro. We need some good substitutions, mate. Like, forget Coop Miners and forget we need to get rid of XYZ. We need our gaffer, the guy that's got another 5 games left with this club, to re-energize these guys and actually give them a plan of action. Because right now, it seems as if he's like, lads, I'm off next month. It's been fun. We're in a title charge. You man do your thing. I'll be on the sidelines.
Oh, he's working exactly like a guy on his notice period, man. That is exactly how he's working right now.
Doing what I'm doing right now. He's like, I'm going. You man do your thing. I'm obviously here, but you know what I mean. You guys have got it in you. Do your thing. Just pass to Trent. And Trent will do it. And that's his tactical plan. Bro, we need to switch it up. I said it 2 weeks ago. Switch up the formation. This 4-3-3 is not working. Stop it. It's done for. It's absolutely finished. Not right now. Not when Nunez has no juice left in him. Not when Jota is out pretty much for the season now. 2 weeks, whatever. He's done. We need to switch it up. It's not working anymore. And the other thing is, no one has even discussed. We went 2-0 down. Yeah, listen. Bro, listen, I've got such a Yadar statement to make about this. In a title chase.
No, don't do that.
No. Let me land. Let me land. In a title chase.
Okay. This next comment has, how do they say it? This is not on behalf of football.
It's a comment of mine. It's football carnage.
We did not endorse his comments on this particular
No.
subject.
What's it? Each individual has their own.
Yeah.
What's the legal way of getting out of this?
What the views of Fahy represent Fahy alone.
That's it.
Me, lad. In a title chase, a man has decided that he cannot face the opposition, knowing fully well knows we have no other striker on the bench other than the 18-year-old Dan.
Fahy, you are blaming the man for getting busy in July. Okay,
No,
I don't know what you're doing right now.
No, I'm not blaming him for getting busy. I'm blaming him for not being on the pitch.
No,
we needed
can't
you.
do that.
Yes, I can. Well, I did. I've done it.
You know that Michael Jordan meme, that fuck them kids meme? This is literally where we are right now.
I've done it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are we saying if your missus...
Not we, him. I'll say, are you?
We're not saying nothing.
Listen, bro, understand.
Right now. Let's
She's downstairs. She's downstairs.
Right now. We want her to say, I'd allow him. It's no problem. Go and play football while I'm landing your baby.
Just understand. No, but listen to me. You guys are all doing this right now, right? A fucking Premier League title is on the line. Okay? All we ask is 3 hours. 3 hours of dedicate. Just come to Goodison Park. Bro, we're pretty much at home. Just come to Goodison Park. 3 hours, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. and then you can bounce. Just get on the bench at least. I'm not even asking you to start. Just be available for the bench. Nothing.
So what are you saying? Just keep notifications on, yeah? Keep notifications on and play.
I can't believe Fahy is asking his first child, Gakpo's first child, to be born via FaceTime.
My first child can hold that.
Imagine we still lost.
We got divorce settings going on. We got league title crumbles here. We got everything going on, bro. What's going on?
Fahy's basically telling Gakpo, babe, can you just keep your legs together for just a few hours? Just cross your legs. I'll be back.
We'll have another one. I promise.
Yeah.
That wasn't even the point I was trying to make. The actual listen, the Gakpo point has been made. The actual point I wanted to make was, can we please understand we went 2-0 down and our manager made 4 defensive substitutions?
I think he's given up by then, Fahy. Let's get to the near the end of the game, because the second half I don't remember making, guys, very much like Atalanta second half, or do I?
Diaz
I don't know.
hit the
I don't
post.
remember.
Diaz hit the post. That was it.
Okay.
But I was gonna say this links to actually the question before about what do we need to do, guys. In the last 3 football matches, do you recall a time where a Liverpool attacker has run in behind his opponent? I do not remember the last time we made a good run. Like, it is unbelievable how we do not know how to turn defenses around and get them facing their own goal.
Mush, because they play so deep against us. This is the problem we're having. Teams are literally, Everton didn't press us, you know.
Nope.
Everton didn't press us.
They didn't. That's the thing. It's insane what they did.
They didn't come out. They said you can have the ball, Khanage to Trent,
Yeah.
to McAllister,
Play in front of us. Play in front of us.
to Virgil, to Allison, to Trent, to McCarthy, Check this out. We had the brilliant Ben last night, Ben Bosak on and I'm on a different page. I can't find his tweet now. He's just messaged and he said, someone just messaged me and said, hold on 1 second, stay right there. Yeah, I've lost it. Salah and Nunez didn't win a single duel.
That doesn't surprise me.
Between them today, guys. One between
That doesn't surprise
them.
me. I don't think I've seen Darwin win a single header in the air in about 3 months.
In the last 30 minutes of the game, Salah gave up dueling anyone. There were plenty of opportunities with the balls bouncing around him. He just didn't even bother. He just kind of just stepped away. He's waiting for the ball to fall to him. So that doesn't surprise me, like Mush said. It doesn't at all.
Look, people are asking about the substitutions. What was the thinking behind them? I don't think there is. I think he's lost it by then. I think he's in a daze.
Grizz, can I say before we even, because I'm guessing a lot of things about the substitutions will be how negative the substitutions were. But guys, can we address, like we were joking about Klopp checking out and managing his notice period and stuff, some of the comments from Jurgen Klopp in the past 24 hours about I come into work and I don't enjoy it anymore, and people get a buzz. I went out of Europe and I checked how I felt and it was nothing. What kind of energy is circulating in this football club right now?
Oh, Mush wants to get into some real.
No. What I'm saying, though, Grizz, is if his big comment from his exit interview was, "I've run out of energy," what he promised us was, I'm going to run out of energy by the end of the season, but he kept having to reassure us saying, but right now I'm fine. Right now I'm fine. Is that true? Is it true? Does he have the energy levels that he's claiming to see out a season at the most emotive period? I don't know, guys. You tell me.
I think
this is a big question point. This is a whole show. This is a whole show.
But the question of energy ultimately is this, you're 14 points ahead of Tottenham Hotspurs, okay, with 4 games to go, right? The question of energy, the question of this, that, and the other, Klopp's in legacy territory here, because if he mentioned it, I've just seen a comment on him, is that we are in danger of not finishing in the Champions League position.
Is that what he said? Has it come out?
That's what he said. He's come out and said that. He's come out and said, like,
Can someone, there's still over 900 of you guys in there. Can someone get the Klopp post-match comments if there's anything controversial, and I'll print them up?
Yeah, wrong.
Right? I mean, that's 14 points with 4 games to go. I mean, it would be
the max is insane for that.
It's a cataclysmic, but that's what I'm saying. Like, legacy is on the line here for Jurgen Klopp now more than anything else, because I mean, if you're really out of energy to that respect, then you have some serious questions to ask. But it's not just him. What is Pep Lijnders also out of energy? Right? Is all the coaching staff all out of energy? Ultimately, this can't be an excuse for us to be able to say, well, everyone's out of energy now, so we're just going to absolutely capitulate in our last few games. Like, you're football players at the end of the day. You have the opportunity to play UEFA Champions League football next season. Like, earn that right. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what we got to now. Like, earn the right to play Champions League football next season. At least give a damn like that. Get that secure, and then you can all go on bloody holiday, and we can finish below Villa, because that's where we're going at this stage, at this moment.
Keith, I was going to say the place where I agree with what you're saying, but I disagree with where the lack of energy is coming from, because I think we are now at a place where, when you have had to come back from 1-0, you've fallen 1-0 behind in 22 matches in a season, when you have had to come back from losing positions and win 61 points, when you have had to score, 40 goals, was it, from minute 76 onwards? I think we have put in a season's worth of emotion with 7 to 8 games to go, and a season's worth of focus and discipline and quality. I just think we've played a season's worth of football, and there's nothing left in the tank to just end it. That is how I genuinely feel it's gone, psychologically, whatever angle you want to look at it as.
Play the kids next season.
Arteta scored for Everton the last time they won a derby. I mean, it's going to come in the next few days. We're going to have to hold some of the licks, people. We're gonna have to, because unfortunately, okay. So we've got some comments. Pixelate Pigeon, big up as always, comes to the rescue. Look, we are in a rush in front of goal. I blame the United game for it. You create that many chances, you don't get anything for it. You create and you don't score enough. That's blatantly calling out the forwards.
Yep.
We are not safe in the Champions League qualification. We have to win football matches. It was not good enough. I really feel for the people, and I'm really sorry. I apologize for that. Ooh, what are you saying?
What do apologies mean? At the end of the day, we're still going to be grateful for him. He's still going to leave a hero. It's more about this season has kind of ended with with nothing in it, really. A
Bro,
Carabao
at the
Cup.
end of the day, Klopp isn't the one missing from 5 yards from goal.
Exactly.
He's not the one. He's not playing up front, missing 3 big chances per game. That's not him.
He's coaching to create chances, right?
Yeah, and listen, I can criticize and question mark what he's been doing in game, but on the pitch there have been chances. It's not him that's let us down. It's the players. The players have let him down, let alone us, and they know it too. And I want to see.
I don't know if they know that. Honestly,
they fucking better do. Well, if they, don't know
honestly.
that, if they don't know that, we all need to go onto their social profiles and let them know that. How can they not know they've let him down? Look at what they've been doing for the past month.
Brace DeVille says Spurs have 2 games in hand. If they win and we lose the last 4, we will drop out. Not likely, but it is possible, guys. We're bad.
I mean, if Tottenham managed to beat Arsenal and Man City,
yeah,
because they got.
We're back in the title race, lad.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well go.
100% on the players. Some are saying 100% on the coach. I don't know. We can't be the coach. It can't be the coach. Fuad says, I support Arsenal, but Liverpool had a good run. Just that Atalanta lost tastes bitter. Nah, mate. Atalanta is the least of.
It's the United ones. The United ones, even the Anfield one. Even the Anfield one. That is where I'm going all the way back to. People forget what United were coming out of when we played them at Anfield. And it was from that point, guys, that point I made about people clocked from that point onwards that Liverpool creating chances is not a threat because they don't take them. That has stuck throughout the season.
It doesn't dishearten the opposition if they give up chances.
At all, they probably think we're going to score first.
Yeah, we're still going to score.
Yeah, I saw that comment about Jayden Dance, and I did watch him. He was literally just played in the under-21s in the worst pitch available.
So let me just read that, and then let's talk on it. He says, because obviously everyone's saying, why didn't he throw on Jayden Dance? Just throw on the kid. I was against it anyway, because I didn't think he deserved. I don't think he deserves to be. Oh, no, sorry. I don't think he should get punished for playing with this mob. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Young to be put in that kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, young kids got the career. I mean, he doesn't want to be disheartened and live with that memory for the rest of his life. Local lad getting destroyed and beat up by Everton. Nah, thank God he didn't touch pitch. Because Klopp says he didn't bring on Jayden Dance on because he was even due to be in the squad with late withdrawals for Jota and Gakpo. Said Tarkowski and Braithwaite would have been ready to kill him. I want my centre-backs to kill people. My centre-backs didn't do fuck all today.
Yeah, until Konza came on.
Konza came on. He actually he had his slide tackled and won the ball, guys. Did you see that? Did you not
took out the
that?
Corey? Yeah.
Did it twice and slowed the game down as well. Didn't play stupid passes. Didn't play aggressive passes. Slowed the game down a lot. But again, at that point, the game was completely over. And so is the season, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you know, it's somewhat. Carragher said that if Klopp wasn't leaving, this would have been seen as progress. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
Did he say that?
Yeah, because the problem is that you are showing, like, again, even if we go back to last season, and obviously the midfield was where it was and blah blah blah. Again, big moments, we got absolutely slaughtered. Let's not forget the Real Madrid hammering that we took. Let's not forget the fact that we failed to finish top 4. And it's a mentality thing. Ultimately, when the big moments are coming up at the moment, we have lost some serious mentality. Like when Klopp used to talk about mentality monsters, and we were all so excited because Henderson is gone and Fabinho's gone and Mane's gone and etc. Firmino's gone. The one thing that these players had that made us as successful as it was is that when it came to the crunch games, when it came to the big moments, when it came to the big situations, they were ready to step up and take the bull by the horns. At this moment in time, when it comes to the big moments and the big situations, we falter. And for me, going into the new season with a new manager, that has got to be something that's got to be addressed. There's got to be some serious inward looking into this squad to see realistically who right now can take. It's all good. Again, we came back from 1-0 down in many occasions and many a game because we've got the quality to do so. But it's all good coming back from these kind of scores when it's December, when it's January, even when it's like, September, these kind of time, because the season's still young, there's still opportunities, etc. But March onwards, this is where the crunch time happens. In the last 2 seasons, we have crumbled, and that is my biggest concern of the lot. Now, is it you can argue a million different things, but ultimately the buck stops with the manager. So if the manager feels like he hasn't got the energy in anymore, I've said it before and I'll say it again, maybe now could essentially be a blessing in disguise.
Fahi, Mr. Sinclair says 60 shots versus United, home and away. 2 set piece goals to show for it. I'm laughing because it's funny, guys. I swear to you. Well, actually, it is funny. I'm crying, really. Letting a goal in per game means you need 2 goals per game. Without our front, with our front and a 30-year-old 6. What does he mean by that?
Without our front and a 32-year-old 6.
So with our front line.
Oh, and Endo. And
Endo, yeah.
Look, we can't. Look, leave Endo out of this, man. There's far more.
Oh, by the way, Endo came on and
done exactly
on the edge of the box.
Don't laugh, Mush. That's cruel. I'm laughing with you, but it's not nice. Like he's not. We support our players. We're not like Arsenal fans. We're not like Man United fans. We're not toxic and volatile and switch at the first sign of distress, at the first sign of what's the word? Any bad result. There's a word for it, man. I'm too tired. But we don't like that. We like to support. We like to keep pushing because that's what we're about. That's what is instilled in our history, in our makeup. But Endo was never going to be that guy, guys. I think we all agreed, maybe. I think at the start of the summer, I can't remember. We all said, okay, no problem. 16 million squad player came in. We bigged him up for a little while. Experienced captain, leader, can play centre back. We were told can play midfield. He was never gonna win us a fucking league title. We're comparing him to Rodri and Rice. Are you fucking mad?
But Grizz, where our expectations probably rose, mine definitely, because I really talked Endo up, was between that period of the League Cup final, the Brentford game, and the City game. Endo showed us a level we didn't think he had. So good that he got Kevin De Bruyne taken off, right? Like that's how well he played.
Yeah, but
what has happened is in the last 4 games, the drop-off has also been crazy. So maybe I got way too ahead of myself, but it felt like Endo since November, December has been in an upward trajectory. I didn't think it would fall off a cliff like this.
But again, that comes down to squad management, because one of the things that I always said in the summer was for a team that relies so heavily on a 6 in the way that we play football, to go and sign the amount of attacking midfielders and effectively try and turn them into like midfielders that we used to have, right? And then only signing Endo was always going to be the biggest risk imaginable, right? Because Klopp tried to be clever with McAllister, doesn't work, unfortunately. McAllister isn't a 6. He said it himself many, many times. Worked really, really well in the double pivot alongside Endo, with Harvey Elliott playing because Szoboszlai was out, etc., etc. Mohamed Salah was out. So at one stage, we found this kind of balance where it was really, really working. And then the boys came back and we all said it. Oh, wow, they're all back, throw them straight back in. And I always felt like since everyone came back, the balance of the team is once again kind of lopsided, where we're not as protective as we once were, where there's so much space between the midfield and our attack. And, our wide players are so far forward. We're effectively playing, ultimately, when you look at Mo Salah as well, we've got Mo Salah and Nunez. We're effectively playing with 2 strikers who don't really track back, don't really cover their system, and their stability. Don't really press well at all. So the McEndo, I loved it. McAllister and Endo, I thought it was really, really working really, really well at one stage. But I felt that was because of the fact is we had to change our approach slightly because we didn't have Salah in the team, because we didn't have Trent in the team. So we had to be a lot more more compact. But I feel like ever since all our big players kind of came back, we've looked less compact as a result of that, because there's too many players in that 11 that have the license to effectively leave the midfield and leave Endo trying to deal with a situation where the ball gets fizzed into him and he's getting counter pressed and he's got no one around him to even play the ball, so often loses it as well. So I feel sorry for him. He's not the answer. And it was, but we decided that Gravenberch and Szoboszlai were going to be the ones to replace our midfield, and ultimately that's not proven to be the case at all.
Yeah, I hear
Raheem, much anything to add before we try to sleep? I don't know. Are you looking?
Yeah, cancel that bloody documentary, man.
Oh,
I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. Cancel it. Wipe that shit. I don't want to see it. Delete it. I don't want to see it. What are we seeing? Make it one episode. The episode where Klopp tells the players that he's leaving. That's the episode.
Guys,
I don't want to see nothing else.
Guys, we're gonna get caught.
Listen, this fucking club. Listen, they better cancel that documentary.
It had to be Liverpool, innit? Like all the teams to do documentaries, right? Of all the teams, it had to be the Liverpool, the one where we have to relive all the pain.
If FSG have any brain cells, they will pay that production company off. Pay them off and say sorry for wasting your time.
Lost the footage. We lost the footage. I'm so sorry.
Or listen, pay them back and be like, you can make an episode on Klopp leaving, and that's it. I don't want to see a documentary. I don't want to see what was going on inside the club. I don't want to know. That's it. Just wipe it.
You just reminded us at the end that documentary is taking place while all this is taking place. We are finished,
They better put that on a streaming service that I don't have membership of. Put it on Hulu or something.
Put it on DVD. Put it on DVD. Release it straight to DVD. Bro.
Put it on Blu-ray, HD DVD. Put it on something. I ain't got that shit.
Do you know the baddest thing is that will probably bring back the sales of DVDs again, bro? Can you imagine?
DVD player sales going up.
Kaelin's right. They're not. Sadly, that documentary will make money.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. There's no way now. This is even more. This is mad. And you know what? This is gonna. You know what? Us fans are like, though, innit? We're gonna cuss out FSG for this.
Yeah.
We're going ahead with it. I mean, look, contractually, legally, I'm not sure what we can do now at this stage. If we've committed to it and signed the paperwork, we must.
Put it on LFC TV, man. No one has that shit.
Put it on Channel 5.
Nikhil says, hey, Chris, matey, you need to stop generalizing. Not all Arsenal fans are deluded. There's some sensible ones out there like myself who have been supporting the club since the early 90s. Come on, you Gunners. I didn't call all Arsenal fans deluded. I said the majority are deluded. And the majority are deluded. That's my opinion. But of course, not all of you are. I'm sure you're a wonderful, lovely, sensible man who's actually watched our show tonight. So thank you very much for tuning in. I've been praiseworthy of your team, and we all have actually. We all think your team is fantastic, playing some brilliant football. Some of your fans go a bit OTT, win something. And if you do, then you have absolutely every right to banter us. But until you don't win something, good night. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it, really, man. That's it, really. This is it. It is it.
See, look, everyone's smiling now. Look, we feel better, right? We feel. Look at Big Keith. He's happy, man.
I don't know about better. I don't know how I feel.
I'll tell you what though. This is how pathetic it is. Yeah. If City lose tomorrow, I'm back up. I'm back up. I have to be real. If City lose, and if Arsenal lose the North London derby, boys, this was just a nice twist in the documentary, man. The scriptwriters had something planned for us, man.
Imagine. Oh my God.
You guys, I'm telling you, you're all back. You're all back here next week.
Yeah, and we will beat West Ham on Saturday, mate. So
can we look after, you know what they say? Can you look after your own house, please? Yeah, get your own house in order.
Chris, do you know how confident I am with West Ham? I have a booking at a restaurant I've always wanted to go to, at 12:45 p.m. Who eats lunch at that time? I'm like,
Big
"Hey,
up
what's
yourself,
this?"
bro. I'm brunching.
Oh, really?
Yo, you said a great idea. I'm brunching. Forget it. I'm
There you
brunching.
go.
I'm doing the sofa score hike. You know what I mean? That's it, mate. Yeah, well, that's the irony in it. Yeah, we play first, don't we? So I mean, it can go from bad to worse.
What are you
or,
saying,
like,
Keith? Football Manager, are you going to simulate the match? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to put FIFA on right now and beat Everton 24-0.
If that makes you feel better, guys. This has been post-match cop and Khanage. There was carnage for sure, but it was in the Everton end and in the Everton side of things. Looks like, no, not looks like. It's most definitely a two-horse race now. The third horse has unfortunately left the race heartbroken. Over and out.
Wait. The third horse bolted like the horse in red, and that was the sign in London today. Check it up on the news. That was us.
Good night.